Hello, friends. Matt Murphy, 5 o'clock hour starts right now. Super Talk 99.7 WTN. It's just after 8 minutes past, to be precise. Thank you for being with us, whatever time you're able to give us. We're certainly appreciative of it. Ken Weaver's back in the newsroom. He just finished up another stellar, award-winning newscast.
Thank you there, Brother Murphy.
You're welcome there, Ken Weaver. Jackson Williams is always award-winning. He's behind the glass, making sure that everything that happens behind the scenes and right out front is as clean, as clear as can possibly be. Hello, Jackson.
Hey, bud.
You enjoyed that interview with Stuart McQuarter?
I thought it was very insightful.
Thank you. I appreciate that. It was a little economic development talk. We need that in our lives, buddy. We need that in our lives. I got accused of shilling for the tunnel.
Wait, that's not what we're doing?
I did. Well, I mean, I'm kind of shilling for the tunnel, but 0152 didn't like it. It said, whoa, back to shilling for the tunnel. Tiresome. And I said, well, 0152, sorry to wear you out with good news. What would you like to talk about? And 0152 said, just a comment, Murphy. Tame your ego. Love the show. Just don't want you to become another mouthpiece for the man. Talk about whatever you please. I enjoy it. I'm just tired of the damn tunnel. Thanks for a response, Tim. Well, thank you, Tim. I'm not, contrary to popular belief, I'm not a mouthpiece for anybody. I'm not a mouthpiece for this man or that man, or I'm frankly not a mouthpiece for Cumulus Broadcast. I'm sure as heck not a mouthpiece for Jackson. I just talk about what is of interest to me. My job, much like a carnival barker, is to get you to walk into the exposition. And the exposition is this radio station and your time. And I appreciate you spending some time with us. I do thank you. I do sincerely appreciate it. I think we talk about a lot of serious issues. We had a lot of good times. Have a lot of good times. Hope to continue to have a lot of good times. But we hope to educate, inform you a little bit, brighten your day maybe a little bit, brighten your afternoon, your trip home. Maybe your job sucked. Maybe the work was junk today. Maybe we can just brighten your day or educate, inform. And the only way we do any of those things is to entertain you. And I hope that we do that on Super Talk 99.7 WTN.
Yep. Just to reset real fast. Ken, what starts in a couple weeks?
Football.
I just wanted to hear that. Hadn't heard it today.
I can't wait.
You just want to depress yourself. I can't wait myself. Absolutely love it. You know, it's 18, I think I'm right, 18 days. Check my math, Jackson.
Oh, 18 days.
I want to say it's 18 days before
oh, my goodness.
week 0 garbage from overseas, whatever it is. I don't care. I'll take whatever I can get. I'll take preseason
Titans
NFL.
play Saturday.
Oh, and it's awful. It's going to be awful preseason garbage, nonsense, crap. I don't care. I want it.
That's right. Big old dudes knocking the hell out of each other.
Hey,
look it.
Cam Ward.
Let's
First
go.
game is the Titans Saturday.
I like that.
Catch that one on the zone.
And you got to play the rookie, right? I mean, don't you have to play him even in the
100%.
preseason?
Well, I mean, he's got to show off a little bit in the preseason, right? Jackson, you're the sports expert of this radio show.
Right.
Yes. What was the question? I'm sorry, I was looking at the text
Well,
line.
you got to play the
him.
rookie.
Oh, yeah, he'll play. He'll play on Saturday.
All right. Well, there you go.
I'm telling you, man, that offensive line, there's some pressure on that offensive line. You cannot get that kid hurt.
What is a successful season? 7-10?
Yeah, I would say 7-10. Solid.
We feel
rookie
good
year.
about that season, right? We feel good about that with the pieces that are and are not there.
And then hopefully you can get a big playmaker for Cam Ward.
You know what I'm hoping? All I want is to whoop up on them Patriots when they come to town. That's all I want. We don't need Mike Vrabel coming in here thinking he's going to beat his old team and show what's what to the Adams folks. Nope. No, sir. We just need to whoop up on those Patriots when they come to town.
We got to whoop up on everybody who comes to town.
Well, I mean, I'm a more realistic Titans fan, Ken. I don't think we're going to whoop up on the Chiefs, for example.
Well, I mean, no, but still, you want to whoop up on everybody.
That's true.
All right, back to the news. Ken, what was that?
What's that?
That was football.
Oh, football.
Thank you.
On Super Talk 99.7 WTN. John in Lawrenceburg says it starts August 30th. I think technically it starts It starts the week before.
Isn't Kansas State and Iowa State playing in Dublin or something?
Yeah, that's on the 23rd. I think that's right. That's the day I have for week 0. Here's what I've done, though. Here's what we've done. Thank you, Jackson. We have people on the Super Text line now begging me to go back to talking about the tunnel because we're talking about football.
It's Jackson.
Like, for the love, will you go back to talk about the tunnel? We don't want you to talk about the tunnel, but that's better than this.
I miss the tunnel talk. Oh, is that Mike and Old Hickory?
Tunnel talk.
Maybe so. You never know. I'll tell you what, we'll get back to some of the liberal talk on Super Talk 99.7 WTN. What with the commentary involving, I love Trump derangement syndrome so much. And it has gotten to a fever pitch. I mean, just when you feel like it is as good as it can possibly get, it gets a little bit better. And I've not availed myself of this young fellow, Rachel Maddow, in some time. But this fella, he's been on. What's so funny? He's been on that MSNBC for a long time now.
That Rachel fella?
As Rachel, I think he's French. He must be with a name on it. Anyway, so young Maddow had a few things to say last evening. I guess it was last night about Donald Trump. Now, mind you, we just had an election. Not a year ago. It was barely over a year ago that leftist Democrats spoke in such a way that some crazy lunatic tried to put a bullet in Donald Trump's head. But, they're back to it. It didn't take them long to get back to it. They promised, we're going to do better. Oh, boy, we're inspiring crazies to do crazy things. 2 separate assassination attempts in as many months. One, a bullet millimeters away from taking the life of Donald J. Trump. Yet still, they have this to say when it comes to the Trump administration. Here's Rachel Maddow.
The thing we were all warning about for the last few years is not coming, it is here. We are in it. This is what it likes, it turns out. This is what it's like, right? It's August, it's a Monday, every day the sun rises and the sun sets, and there are, sports and movies, and there are new hit songs, there are scandals here and there are crimes. There's everybody's personal quotient of family drama and health worries and money worries and falling in and out of love and in and out of faith. Life has not stopped, and none of our personal lives have stopped.
Okay, so she sets yourself up with the sweet. Everything's just rosy and okay, right? Our lives are just fine. We've got sports. We've got entanglements. We've got entertainment. We got movies on the tube. But I feel like there's a big but coming.
But also,
there was a big but coming.
At the same time, life in the United States is profoundly changing, is profoundly different than it was even 6 months ago. Because we do now live in a country that has an authoritarian leader in charge. We have a consolidating dictatorship in our country.
Okay, so she gets so serious, and it's just embarrassing how performative she is. She looks directly into the camera. And she swallows. And while your life seems normal, while you pay no attention, see, you understand the setup is she's trying to explain to you that it is as bad as it's ever going to be. It's awful. It's horrible. It's horrific. And you ought to be taken to the streets with pitchforks and, little torches and whatnot. Storming the castle, y'all. You don't notice it because you're being fed bread and circuses, but it's as bad, y'all, as it's ever been. She swallows hard, and she has to tell you.
An authoritarian leader in charge.
Uh-huh.
We have a consolidating dictatorship in our country.
What does that mean? Let's look it up together. I didn't bother before this segment. Consolidating dictatorship. Oh, look. Consolidating student loans, consolidating financial statements. Oh, here it is. Consolidating dictatorship. Consolidating dictatorship refers to the process where an authoritarian leader or regime strengthens their grip on power, often by eliminating or suppressing opposition. How has Donald Trump eliminated or suppressed opposition? I'll wait. I mean, Rachel Maddow's still on the television. dissenting voices are still on radio. You can still go hear these flaming idiots like Jasmine Crockett and AOC or whomever they are. I mean, the Texas Democrats are all around the country, right? Controlling information and manipulating institutions. This involves a shift from a less stable form of autocratic rule toward a more entrenched and resilient dictatorship. In other words, Rachel Maddow is telling you what's about to be so.
And it sounds melodramatic to say it.
That's because it is, you insufferable twit.
I know. But just
Oh, she does know she's an insufferable twit. That's pretty good.
go with that for a minute, right? Think in melodramatic terms. Think in cinematic terms.
I mean, this is embarrassing even for her. The only people watching MSNBC are the flaming leftists. And she knows that this is too much for them. They don't like the Donald Trump. Look, imagine, if you will, that you're an idiot. Now imagine that you're a leftist. But I repeat myself. No, in all seriousness. What you have to do is imagine that you buy into this garbage. Imagine that you're watching MSNBC not as a study in idiocy, but because you actually believe in this crap. Right? She knows who's watching, what few people are watching MSNBC. And I don't go after MSNBC the way that I go after hashtag Never CNN, because I don't begrudge them. They have just decided that they're going to cherry pick information, lie, cheat, and steal to create a narrative that is anti-Trump, anti-conservatism, anti-American, in my opinion. They want a different form of government. They want a socialist state, and they want to be the media supplier of information for the state. I 100% believe that MSNBC, they are going to be state television when the time comes. That's their expectation. They're bought in. They don't pretend to be anything other than what they are. What angers me so much about CNN is that they pretend and they think we're stupid. But even for her crowd, she knows that this is nonsense. We just had an election, ma'am. We just had one. What are you talking about? We are about to have midterm elections, ma'am. There is a concern on the part of conservatives that they're going to lose they're going to lose certain elections around the country in the House of Representatives. There's a concern that we will lose momentum if we are to lose those elections. Why would there be this concern if there is a new consolidating dictatorship? No, just I've rewound it just a little bit, just because I want you to hear how Rachel Maddow recognizes that she is even losing the leftists as melodramatic as she is.
Consolidating dictatorship in our country. And it sounds melodramatic to say it.
Right.
I know.
I know you do.
Go with that for a minute, right?
Just go with
Think in melodramatic terms. Think in cinematic terms. Imagine the cartoon-level caricature of what you think a dictatorship looks like.
Okay. Let's go with her here. What do you think a dictatorship looks like? Do you think dictatorships have elections? Fairly contested elections? What does a cartoonish dictatorship look like? I mean, when you think dictator, do you think Stalin? Do you think Mussolini? Hitler? I mean, she wants you to conjure those images in your head and associate them with Donald Trump. She wants to dehumanize Donald Trump and turn him into that caricature because, look, it was the Rachel Maddows. I'm being very serious here. It was people like her that led to him almost getting his head blown off. Don't you think she knows that? Damn sure she does.
I mean, it's secret police, right? A massive, anonymous, unbadged, literally masked totally unaccountable
There we
internal
go.
police
yeah.
force that apparently has infinite funding but no identifiable leadership.
It's a matter of protecting your borders. Is that dictatorship? I've got to do a break real quick. We'll get to the end of it in a moment. Your calls as well. 615-737-9986. 615-737-WWT. And if you'd like to be a part of the show, it's 23 after the hour. Thank you, Ken Weaver. It's almost 5:30 right now. After that, we've got Nincompoops in the news coming up. What's going on, everybody? Hope you're doing well. A little cooler outside than it's been over the past several weeks or months. I expect those conditions to change at any moment. I mean, I expect we're getting sucked in. It is August 5th, people.
Yeah.
Do not get sucked into any of that. It's okay to get sucked in on September 5th.
We've still got basically 2 months of summer left to go.
Oh, yeah. I predict to you, Ken, that we'll see temperatures in the upper 90s before this summer's done. I think so. Upper 90s. And that's real temperatures, not that
feels like.
No, that feels like.
Not the real feels.
No, that real feels garbage that you guys like to talk about.
Yeah, so we should give our predictions on whether or not we think we're going to hit a real temperature of triple digits before the summer's over.
Did we hit one last year?
I can't remember.
I can't either. I was asking, I had my lawn guy out today, Chad. He was doing some stuff for me. In the absence of my shoulder being able to push a lawnmower, I have to have a lawn guy now.
Yep.
And I was talking to him. I said, man, you must have enjoyed this last couple of months or a couple of weeks or, dadgummit, say it right, Murphy, couple of days. And he goes, yeah, after the couple of months that we had before then, yeah, it's been bad. He said, but this summer's not been, all in all, it's not been as bad as it has. And I was like, well, how long have you been doing this? He said 7 years. I said, do we normally get, I said, I've been here 4 years. I should know this. Do we normally get triple digits in Tennessee? And I guess maybe 1 or 2 days a year, you might see a heat wave come through and get us really triple digits. Not that feels like stuff, but real triple digits. I'll make a wager, Ken. I think it happens.
Okay.
I'm going to say it happens. Jackson, where are you? Yay or nay?
I'm going to go nay.
Jackson says nay. Ken, you got to lay it down, Ken. Where you at?
I think it's going to happen before September.
Before September 1. I'm with you. I'm with you on it. You know what's going to happen right now? The news on Super Talk 99.7 WTN. Super Talk 99.7 WTN. Matt Murphy and you. It is 5:38. My name is Matt. It's on the door. We thank you for that. We thank you for being here. Whatever time you're able to give us, we appreciate you. Really quickly, before we get to our featured segment of the hour, and that is Nincompoops in the News. Just to remind you, so Rachel Maddow, over the top, declaring that we're in a dictatorship now. Forget the election cycle. Forget the open news cycle. Forget the fact that we have the First Amendment protecting and all of these things. And forget the numbers of times that she has been wrong in the past. Here's 1 minute, actually 58 seconds, of her greatest hits.
What I have here is a copy of Donald Trump's tax returns. He paid $38 million, looks like $38 million in taxes.
Oh, that's good.
So there's this dossier saying that the Trump campaign and the Russians were in cahoots. They were involved in a conspiracy of cooperation to influence the election to help Trump, put a foreign thumb on the scale to get Trump in office. Now we know that the vaccines work well enough that the virus stops with every vaccinated person.
Okay, that's my favorite one. So we went from, we now have Trump's tax returns. And look at this. He paid $38 million in taxes. And then number two, Russia and Trump, they were working together. And now we know it. It wasn't true. By the way, more on that. The indictments coming down on that are going to be awesome. Number three, and I think it's my favorite one. Hold on, I want to back number three up. Number three is really good.
Now we know that the vaccines work well enough that the virus stops with every vaccinated person.
Huh.
Wow.
It stops with every vaccinated person.
Thank you, Dr. Rachel.
Yeah, it was a load of garbage when she said it, and it's a load of garbage now.
You have to wonder if the Justice Department is considering whether there is some political solution to this criminal problem, whether part of the issue here is not just that Trump has committed crimes, but that Trump has committed crimes and plans on being back in the White House. Do they consider, as part of a potential plea offer, something that would proscribe him from from running for office again.
Oh, you can only wish there, Rachel. That was before he decided to run again. So she was like telegraphing, if we would just tell him if you don't run again, we won't sue you. And by the way, these people tried to get him 4 separate times and tried to get him shot. How many times can you possibly be wrong? More coming up in just a few after Nincompoops on the Department of Justice launching a grand jury investigation as to whether or not Obama-era officials conspired to fuel the false Russia collusion narrative that has been regurgitated, vomited for so long on organizations like MSNBC and #NeverCNN. We just tell you the truth around here. And the truth is this. At 41 minutes after the hour, it's time for Nincompoops. Okay, ladies and germs, there's Ken Weaver, there's Jackson Williams. My name is Matt Murphy, and this is Nincompoops in the News. Our opportunity to tell you about ne'er-do-wells, nincompoopery, all across this great country, all across this great world of ours, and then you get to vote on who you think the nincompoop of the day is. Yesterday's vote came down. Well, Jackson, you tallied up the vote yesterday, didn't you?
No, you did.
And who was the big winner?
That would be Brother Ken Weaver.
Ken Weaver
yes,
back in the winning circle yet again. Ken's going to try to make it a twofer, and he gets to go first.
All right, boys. This story is out of Bellefontaine, Ohio. It happened on Wednesday, June 4th, 2025. A Bellefontaine man was arrested after police responded twice to reports of disruptive behavior at an apartment building on West Brown Avenue. Around 8:39 p.m., officers were called to the 100 block of West Brown Avenue after a report of a shirtless, drunk man stumbling around outside. When police arrived, they spoke with a nearby resident who said the man was known to her only as James. Said he'd been acting erratically, yelling, and making comments toward her before going back inside the building. After talking with another tenant, officers were directed to a second-floor unit. There they found loud music coming from the apartment and a man singing with a slurred speech. The resident, 54-year-old James Hughes, answered the door. Police said Hughes was not a danger to himself and seemed capable of staying inside safely. He denied any confrontation with neighbors and was given a verbal warning for disorderly conduct. Well, less than 10 minutes after officers left, another neighbor called police. She reported Hughes had come back out into the hallway and got into a shouting match with another man. Police returned to the apartment and knocked again. Hughes responded by saying, "It's open." And officers entered to find him sitting in a recliner. He was placed under arrest for persistent disorderly conduct without incident, handcuffed and taken to the Logan County Jail. I don't know what song he was singing, but if I'd have been him, it would have been, "I'm too sexy for my shirt. Too sexy for my shirt. So sexy it hurts."
I was gonna ask what song you thought it was.
Well, I looked that up.
Rather like I do.
I got a little change in my billfold. It's going to ring.
Josh, you singing sexy. Josh, you love me, baby.
That's old James Hughes there, folks, 54 years old. You know one thing I've noticed about our nincompoop stories?
A lot of men.
A lot of men, and it seems like when they get drunk in their 50s, they disrobe.
Yeah, a lot of drinking. A lot of drinking and a lot of getting naked. I like it. I like it very much. I'm going next.
Come on.
It is host per. I'm worried you're going to steal mine.
What is it?
It's from Pennsylvania.
Oh, mine's from Florida.
Okay, good. Well, then you can go next. I don't care.
You go ahead.
All right, I shall. By the way, 7014 writes in and says, I'm going to read it as written. I have the best Inkapoo. I think that means nincompoop. I have the best Inkapoo. It's a local Rutherford County guy that was on work release. And he was already supposed to get out of jail August 24th. What an idiot.
An idiot. I haven't heard that in a long.
No, he said input.
It says input, but I think he meant idjit. I
Oh.
changed it for him. I think he meant idjit. I don't think he meant input.
Oh man, I have not heard that in a long time.
My grandma used to call me an idjit all the time. Don't be an idjit.
That was big in East Texas back whenever I was in like grade school.
It's big in East
You
Georgia,
idjit.
too. What an idjit. Well, I'm here to tell you about an idjit whose name I cannot pronounce.
All right.
So when I cannot pronounce things, I go back to the Fred Sanford Grady pronunciation of googly moogly. So the Lower Moreland Police Department, which is in Pennsylvania, Lower Moreland, Pennsylvania, announced today the arrest of Igor Googly Moogly, 44. If you want to know his last name, it is spelled Dzhumaev. Googly moogly. Either way, Igor is 44. He was arrested for public drunkenness, carrying prohibited weaponry, fighting, and issuing terroristic threats at a bar at the 2800 block of Pine Road in Huntingdon Valley on Saturday, August 2nd. According to the report, the bar's management asked two individuals, one of whom was Googly Moogly, to leave the premises due to intoxication and becoming argumentative. At approximately 11:03 p.m., management reported to police that one of the individuals, later identified as Googly Moogly, had returned to the property with a machete in his right hand and a nail gun in his left hand.
Wow.
That's how you get it done, folks.
Boy, that is.
Googly Moogly was taken into custody without incident, appeared to be heavily intoxicated. Police say he received the following charges: 1 count of terroristic threats with intent to terrorize another, 1 count of terroristic threats causing serious public inconvenience, a count of a prohibited offensive weapon, I assume that's the machete,
Yeah.
1 count of disorderly conduct and engaged in fighting, and 1 count of public drunkenness and similar conduct. No word on whether or not he got out on bond. Poor Mr. Googly Moogly. Machete in one hand, nail gun in the other hand. I wonder if he had a hose, or if it was one of those battery powered. I'm hoping it was a pneumatic. He had a hose coming out of his truck.
Right.
I'll get you. Pow-pow.
I'll get you.
Mr. Jackson,
Oh, you ready?
I'm ready.
Florida man who was married to 3 women at the same time sentenced for felony bigamy.
A glutton for punishment.
Henry Betsy Jr. married 3 Florida women he met on dating websites in 3 different counties over a 2-year period. Never got divorces or annulments. A Florida man was arrested after his wife discovered he was married to 2 other women at the same time. Back in court Thursday, his sentencing hearing after pleading guilty to bigamy. Henry Betsy Jr. pleaded guilty for a single felony count in May. When we last saw Betsy in court, he was dressed in a sports shirt and blazer with his new girlfriend beside him. But when he arrived for his sentencing hearing Thursday, he was wearing handcuffs and an orange Hernando County Jail uniform. 3 wives met Betsy on dating sites and quickly married him. At county courthouses over a 2-year period. I met him on Match.com, Michelle Betsy said. He said all the right things, said Brandy Betsy. He sold the perfect person, when in reality, he was none of those things. The third wife, Tanya Betsy, said, I love how they keep all their names.
Yeah. Betsy.
Yeah, it's Michelle, Brandy, and Tanya Betsy.
Just based on name alone, who you going with, Jackson? Brandy.
Brandy.
Yeah, got to go with Brandy.
She's a fine girl. What
Oh,
a good
sure.
wife she'd be.
The wives all blame the state of Florida for not cross-referencing marriage licenses.
Old boy was not married to the sea. He was married to the other 3.
That's right.
Good gracious. A glutton for punishment. It reminds me of that old... Ken, did you ever see the movie Mickey and Maude?
No.
It is the only public... I mean, maybe there have been other films about the pleasures of bigamy, but Mickey and Maude... Just watch Mickey and Maude. It stars Dudley Moore. It is about Dudley Moore cheating on his wife and marrying another woman, and it is insane that this movie got made. But it was funny because it was Dudley Moore, Arthur. You know Dudley Moore,
Right.
But the movie ends in a positive light. It ends well. You just got to see the movie. It's insane. He's cheating on his wife throughout the entire movie with this other woman, and she's having a baby, and everybody's having babies, and both of them are having babies at the hospital at the same time. Then they catch him, and
That's living on the edge.
Man,
I
that's
want to
just
see what
ridiculous.
these ladies look like.
Oh,
and what this Mr. Betsy look. He must be a humdinger.
Tanya. Yeah, well, you don't have a photo of Mr.
I do
Betsy,
have a photo of him.
How's he look? Looking good over
Like
there?
a normal guy.
Yeah?
Looked stressed.
I bet he is. Bet he's stressed out. Jackson, Murphy, or Weaver. Those are your three options. Vote early, vote often, nincompoops in the news. When we return, ladies and gentlemen, we got ourselves a Department of Justice grand jury. I'll tell you all about it next on Super Talk 99.7 WTN.
One person died in a traffic accident in Murfreesboro today. It shut down a busy roadway for hours, and the search is over for a man police say killed a family, then abandoned their baby in the front yard of a stranger's home 40 miles away. These stories and more at 6 on Super Talk 99.7 WTN.
Thank you, Ken Weaver. All right, you know what? Enough with the votes. Jackson, you've won. We give up. Okay.
3 out of 4.
Good gracious. It's really just a streak of one, Jackson. That's what we keep up with.
Oh, also, I didn't mention this in the story. Betsy got 2 months probation.
Several people have asked, and I'm glad that you mentioned it. What was Mr. Betsy's sentence? 2 months probation. I guess they felt like the man, my lord, had suffered enough.
He was a smooth talker.
I mean, come on now.
He's a ladies' man.
I mean, you know.
Pulling up to court with your new girlfriend is so bold. Mad respect.
that's a
I can't
strong
even
move.
lie.
Strong move. Let me tell you, I have a hot take or two. I don't know if you have noticed, if you've been longtime listeners to the Matt Murphy Radio Show, but I got a hot take or two. None hotter than my take on milk.
Oh, yeah?
I don't care what Robert F. Kennedy Jr. says about milk. I'm not drinking milk. Milk is for baby cows. There are other ways for me to get calcium. There are other ways for me to get whatever nutrients you think are in milk. I'm not drinking milk. And I sure as the hell am not drinking raw milk. Milk is for baby cows.
What if you put Pink Quick in it?
Well, that's different. I mean, what about
See,
some...
that milk is good when you put that Pink Quick in it.
That quick. But have you had some of that banana quick?
No.
That is the bomb.
I might try that.
One way or the other, an outbreak of E. coli and Campylobacter tied to raw milk in Florida has led to 21 people getting sick. I'll tell you the story coming up right after the real news on Super Talk 99.7 WTN.